Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I've been wanting to film this for a while now and show you guys my makeup collection. I wanted to do like a vanity tour, but I do have a lot of clutter in the drawers, so I'm just going to be showing you my makeup stuff, and then eventually after I clean everything and kind of get it organized, I've been working on the organization, so when I've perfected it and everything, I will be doing a vanity tour, just something quick, maybe on TikTok. But yeah, let's just get right into the video so I can show you guys what makeup products I have in my collection. So I'm just gonna start off with this middle drawer, which is like the drawer that I keep most of my palettes in. So I have the Nude Ambition palette by Morphe, which is the palette I used on my eyes for today's makeup. It's just a lot of nude colors and just everyday wearable colors, which is the reason why I love this palette, and it's a lot smaller than the other ones I have, so it's something I can just easily grab. Next palette I have is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. It's like the first one, and I've got some good use out of it. I just use it a lot still. I feel like I use it more than the second one. I don't think I've touched the second one too much, and I do want to work on doing Project Pan because I do have a lot of palettes that I don't really use no more. I have the BFF Alondra and Elsie from BH Cosmetics. I don't even know if BH Cosmetics is still like a brand that's available. I haven't heard of it anymore. I know Ulta used to carry it and they don't anymore, but I love these shades. They're super buttery, and I still use this palette here and there. I'm not using the mic today, so hopefully the quality of the video is okay and it doesn't pick up too much background noise. Next palette is the Garden of Juvia's by Juvia's Place. I bought this one because I had been wanting it because of the pastel colors for like when Easter time comes around, but I don't really use it. I feel like the shadows to me seem a little chunky or feel chunky to me, and I don't like shadows like that. Reason why, I feel the same way with the ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. Reason why I don't use them or buy them, because I just don't like the chunkiness. Maybe it's me, I don't know, but it like hurts, it bothers my eye. I don't know how to describe it, but I have that one. And this is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. Like I said, I don't really, I use it like these shades right here, but I don't really gravitate towards it too much. I just use the first one, especially because I use one of the shades for my eyebrows, so that's why I always kind of just gravitate towards that first palette. All of my palettes, majority of them are from Morphe, just so you guys know. This is one of their bigger palettes. This is the Constellation Sky one. I don't know if they carry it still. This is a collaboration with Pony, I think that's what you would call it, the person. I just picked it up because of the color scheme. I loved it. I loved how it has like your everyday kind of like neutral colors, and then it has like pops of colors but nothing too crazy. And then these middle shades, the bigger ones, you could use them for your face. I mean, I use eyeshadows, like you could really use them for anything, but that palette specifically had like face shades like for your face and stuff like that. I don't really remember much because I didn't even know that. I think I discovered it like on an Instagram post or something. Next one I have is the Abby Roberts palette. This one, I got it because of the pops of color, but I don't use this palette at all. I do sometimes want to start playing with it, but other times I just kind of want to like sell it or like pass it down to somebody, because I mean, it's a beautiful palette, but in reality I won't really use it. I always say I want to play around with color and do other looks, but I always just stick to my everyday looks Because I mean, let's be real, I just do like my makeup. Sometimes not on an everyday basis, but I do, when I do it, I do want to do like wearable looks and stuff. And I know you can do wearable looks with color, but I don't know, I'm just a girly that doesn't really play with color too much. I like it very simple. And this is the Morphe Dare to Create palette, I believe. Yeah, it's the 39A. This is another one of their big ones, and I had to tape down the names because like when you do videos and stuff, it's really nice to have the names. Plus, I love reading the names. So this one, I do want to play around with more because it has like those warm neutral colors, but it also has those pops of color, but they're not too much in my opinion. I don't know. I think it's still a really great palette. So I do want to play around with this one, but since they're all the way at the bottom of my drawer, just because they're so big, I don't really gravitate towards them. So yeah, that's pretty much the eyeshadow palettes I have. Now we're gonna move on to other things I have in this drawer, which basically I have this Morphe palette. This is the 8T Totally Tan Face Palette. I don't know if I'll be able to show it though because one of the shades cracked. But this is how it looks. It has like a banana powder, bronzers, blush, and highlighters. And the little pink one broke. This one still works, but I do have a lot of things. So I don't really use this one. But I do, like when I first got it, I do love it and stuff. And like I said, I do want to start using more of my makeup because it's just kind of like sitting here and doesn't really get used. Another thing I have in that drawer is my Jaclyn Hill blush and bronzer little duo. This is the Stay Rosy and the Yummy Toffee one, and I do use these all the time. Currently, the bronzer and blush I'm using today. So I am hitting pan on the bronzer. The blush, I do switch around a lot, so obviously that hasn't been hit, like I didn't hit pan on. So I am organizing my vanity, like I said. So I bought these little containers at Dollar Tree, and these are the other items that I have in this drawer. So I'm just gonna go through them real quick. I have the Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trios from Morphe. I have the Blind Date one. I just got these. I did a video on TikTok, I believe, showing a lot of the new products I have. This one's also new. This one's in the shade After Party. I haven't used these yet. They're so beautiful. I love these shades. Then I have the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions palette. In the shade Medium, I believe. This is how it looks. I was using this one when I got it, like every day, because it was just like I could do a quick eyeshadow look with this. And right now I went back to the Nude Ambition palette, but honestly, this for every day is really my go-to. Like if I had to just use something, it would be this. I would prefer for it to have like a shimmer shade just in case for those days, but honestly, that palette is great. Next thing I have is the Juvia's Place bronzer in the shade Tan. But like I said, I currently use the Jaclyn Hill one, so that one I don't really use. I have the She Goes to the Gym Double Take Cream and Powder blush from Patrick Ta. Looks like this. I just love these shades. I have the Lawless Perfecting Powder in the shade Marigold. So it's just like a banana powder. I have the One Sized Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation in the shade Medium 4G. It's just how it looks. I did try it out on its own and I wasn't a fan. Never really been a fan of powder foundations, but I do want to use it like a setting powder over a foundation. Maybe I'll like it that way. Sorry. Then I have the One Sized Cellulose Airbrush Powder in Dark Deep. This I showed in a haul from like this makeup box we received, so obviously I didn't purchase this, but I do want to use it as like a bronzer. It's honestly such a smooth powder, and I wish, you know what, I'm gonna check if they have it on Sephora, but I'm gonna get like the actual shade for me so I could use it as a finishing powder, because I don't know, I think it would be really good, but I will be using this specific shade as a bronzer. Next, I have a Tarte blush in Natural Beauty. This is how it looks. And another one in the shade Flush. And then from Say Beauty, I have a blush in the shade Graze, I believe. So it just looks like this. So that's pretty much all for that middle drawer. For one of the side drawers, I have another little like organizer thing. And then these, I just got them from a friend. They're the Nicole Killer like little balms. This one's the contour stick. This one's a highlighter. And this one's a bronzer. Haven't used them though. And then I have another Say blush. This one's in the shade Mia. If I could open it. And they're baked. I love this color. Then I have the LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. Like I said, most of these I haven't used because I just stick to my everyday go-tos, but I will be getting around to them. That's why right now with makeup, I don't really want to be buying anything unless I'm repurchasing because I'm running out of a product, because I do have a lot of makeup. I have this Kosas Cloud Set Powder in the shade Feathery. I did use this when I first got it, but like I said, I do need to go back. I have this Anastasia Cream Bronzer in Golden Tan. Did use it the other day. I don't know if it's like a shade match for me because like I said, I don't really use cream bronzers and stuff. I always just stick to powders. So when I tried it out, I don't know how I felt about it, like shade wise, but yeah, I don't know. I have to play around with it more. And then the last thing here is the Charlotte Tilbury Brightening Flawless Finish powder. Oh, I'm so scared to like drop it or something, or like dig my nail into it, but it's just a finishing powder. So that's all for this little compartment here. Let me check this other side drawer because I have more organizers. Basically here I have a couple like backups. So I bought this when the sale was going on, I believe in December. So this is a backup of my favorite Juvia's concealer. And then the backups, I have 3 of these of the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 32-hour foundations. And like some hand lotions in there, but for makeup, that's pretty much it from there. Then over here, I have like an acrylic drawer organizer. So I have things in the drawers and then things on top. So that's what we're gonna move on to next. So in the bottom compartment right here, I have the, what is this, Hourglass? I think this is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And then I have the Anastasia Smooth Blur Bronzer in Warm Sand Vibes. I love Anastasia's packaging. I also have the Dior Glow Maximizer palettes. So I have the one in Pearly Peach Glow. Looks like this, so beautiful. I haven't really played around with them too much. I used them at first, but... And then I have the Sunlit Amber Glow. It's more like deep. And then I have a bunch of like lip liner pencils from ColourPop. I got like a couple, I believe it was 2 sets or 3 of the lip liners for Christmas, like one year. I don't know if I want to go into all of the names and stuff, but it's a lot of them. It's a lot of shades. The next drawer is like lippies and things like that. I do have a blush though. This is the Merit cream blush or Flush Balm in the shade Cheeky. So it's just a little balm. I do have these lippies. I don't know if they sell them anymore. These are from Revlon. They are the, I can't even see what they are. And the shades for this one's in the shade Sand, I believe. And then this one's in the shade Arabica. And this one's Dawn. These are the shades. I mean, they're pretty similar to their tube. Don't really use these. This was a color I would gravitate towards a lot, but like I said, I need to start playing with all these makeup things that I have, because I don't. Like, I just stick to the ones, and I don't even do my makeup every day, so that's why I have a lot of things. This is a Milani lipstick in the shade Tease. Such a beautiful color. Then I have 2 L'Oreal Infallible Pro Gloss Plumps. This one's in the shade Nude Twinkle, and this one's in the shade Radiant Mauve. This one is a plumping gloss as well from Buxom, and I believe it's in the shade Haley. I have 2 lip products. These are from the Girl Scouts collection with Hard Candy. This is Coconut Caramel and Trifoils. I don't know what this cookie's called, but these are my favorite, and they're so cute because they have the little print all over. I have 2 concealers from the Wet n Wild Incognito. I usually get these in Five Below, but one shade is too orange and one I feel like is too light. One is in the shade Medium Honey and one is in the shade Light Medium. So basically I just use these to prime my eyelids for eyeshadow. Then I have the Makeup Academy lipstick in the shade Nude. So sorry for all the background noise. This house, like, you can literally hear anything. So hopefully it's not too bad. Then I have this Revlon Color Stay Overtime. It has like the color, and this is like the gloss on top. I used to love this and use it all the time, but I don't anymore. I don't even know if it works. Then I have this Prosa mascara that I got from Mexico. I love it. And then I have more like lip liners from ColourPop as well. This one is from Wet n Wild. It's a gel lip liner and Lay Down the Mauves. And this is my go-to lip liner pencil that I'm wearing today. I don't know the shade of it though. It faded. These are some of the other ones. So that's pretty much it for that drawer. For this drawer, I have primers and just, I don't know. Let's just dig into it. This is a new product. This is the One Size Secure the Sweat primer, a little like mini. Then I have the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil. I have the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. The Lash and Roll mascara from e.l.f. This one's pretty old. I kind of just use it to set my eyebrows when I feel like they're too powdery, which I didn't do today, but I have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. The Wake Up Eye Gel from Good Molecules. Welcome back to my channel. So I did have to refilm the other half of the video because there was a lot of background noise. I did explain it in the video, but I just ended up cutting off that part, explaining that I might have to refilm. So I'm just here saying, you know, it's like, I think it's been like a week or so that now I have the chance to refilm. So we're just gonna refilm where I left off. So basically I was in this compartment of the acrylic drawers, and I'm still trying to familiarize myself where to look at the camera. So if I'm looking at the wrong place, I am so sorry. I've always kind of just had this issue. I try to look directly at the camera, but I don't know if that's what I should be doing, so we'll see. But continuing with the like makeup, showing you guys my makeup collection. I'm gonna start off with that drawer. I already took off the ones that I showed in the previous clips. So now I do have the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I have the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer, which I'm running out of. But I love all of e.l.f.'s primers. I also have the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I have the Beauty of Joseon. The sunscreen. I love this. It's super moisturizing and just leaves my skin super moisturized. I have a Krylon, is that what you call it? Concealer circle. Like it has the darker shades. So I was gonna use it for cream contour, but I'm a little scared when it comes to cream products. I just stick to my powder products, but we'll see if I get around to using it. I also have a Krylon translucent powder that I haven't used either. I don't know. And then I have this Glam Glow illuminating cream. I don't know if I showed it in the last little clip, but I actually used it today under like my makeup, and I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna use it. It was like a sample or something. Moving on to the next drawer. It basically has a bunch of powders and blushes. So starting at the top, I have the Easy Bake and Snatched by Huda Beauty in the shade Banana Bread. So it's just like their like yellow powder. I have the Jaclyn Hill Brightening Banana Powder, and it's just like a loose powder. I usually use it every time I do my makeup, but I don't have it on today. Today I just have setting powder. I also have the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine Blush. This was the blush that got me into wearing blush because I used to not wear blush at all. Then I discovered this one in its old packaging, and that's when I fell in love with it. This is my second one. I have the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. And then these are all hard candy powders. They're loose powders from the Sheer Envy Chill. This one's the Chilling Wonder one. And I think this is the new packaging because I had tried it out before. And this was the old packaging, unless this one says hydrating. This one doesn't. It says oil control, so I don't know if they're different. Maybe that's why the packaging is different, or if this is the old one, this is a new one. And then I have just their loose powder and translucent. I have a lot of powders, so reason why I need to get around to using a lot of my makeup. I also have this Sweet Cheeks Blush Trio from SheGlam. And I liked it because of the corally shades. I just feel like they look better on me, in my opinion. But I don't know. I still need to play around with that one because I don't really gravitate towards it. I also have the BFF Alondra and Elsie Snatched palette. I think it's what it was. BFF Snatched Face palette. And I used to use it a lot with the eyeshadow palette when the collection first dropped. But since they're just kind of sitting under a bunch of other things, I don't really gravitate towards them. But I do want to start playing around with them a lot more because this shade is up my alley. And it's the You're My Person. I really love this collab. I really love BH Cosmetics. However, like I said, I don't know if they're still around. Like if it's still... I used to have a lot of their brushes and they never disappointed. Now moving on to the last two drawers from the top. So these are the last two drawers and they're a lot smaller. This one basically has the Jaclyn Hill mini highlighter in Iced. And this is what I usually use in my inner corner and for my highlight today. I have the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Translucent Powder, which I have on today. I'm almost done with it. And then I have two liquid blushes from e.l.f. I have the Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. And this one is in the shade Suave Mauve, I think. They're really small and I can't see. I don't really gravitate towards them too much. Like I said, I am, when it comes to like liquids or creams, I've always just kind of stick to powder. So I like trying them, but I do just always stick to my powder. So I do have to play around with it a little bit more. Then I have another Cheek Thrills palette from Morphe. This is the Beach Bonfire. And this is how it looks. I have used this one because this was the first one I purchased. And I do love them. And then I have a little palette here from Ellen Tracy that I got for Christmas from my sister-in-law. And it's just such a pretty palette. Kind of reminds me of the Modern Renaissance in a way. I love the Modern Renaissance palette. Now for the last compartment. This is the last compartment. I have the Milani Baked Blush and Luminoso. They're mini. It's so cute. Then I have the Glitz List highlighter from She Glam. And this is how it looks. I have another highlighter from She Glam, and it is the Cosmic Crystal Mousse highlighter in Moonbeam. I have a mini NARS Laguna bronzer that I've never used. And then I have these like cream palettes from Revlon. And I used to use this shade to cut my crease when I would do like cut crease looks. And that's why I purchased this one. Again, just for that specific shade, but I haven't really used them. Lastly, I have some e.l.f. like duos. What are these called? I completely forgot. They're like just duos though. It's like a blush and like a topper or like a little highlighter. I don't know. Highlighter. This one's in the shade Watermelon. Let me see if I could open them. Yeah, so you can get a better look. This one is in the shade Spiced Apple. And this one I believe is Pomegranate. So that's that for the acrylic drawer. Now on top of the acrylic drawer, I do have other things. So I'm just going to show you. These are the Fenty Heat glosses, but they are leaking. I don't know. I've never seen or looked into it if people have issues with the leaking as well. So they are very sticky. But this one's in the shade Fenty Glow Heat. And yeah, they're like stuck to the acrylic drawer too. This one is in the shade Glass Slipper from the Heat line as well. This one is for the cream line. And this one is in Fenty Glow. This, I believe, is their oil. And this is in the shade Rose Amber. And this one is Pink Dragonfly, I think. So those are all from Fenty. And then this one's my all-time favorite from e.l.f. This is the Glow Reviver Lip Oil in the shade Honey Talks. That's my favorite, as you can see. I'm almost out of it. Then I have my Juvia's Place Concealer in the shade 18. This is my go-to. I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I used to use the normal one, or the matte one, I think it was, the black one. But I thought it was, I mean, it was okay, but I wanted to try the hydrating one. And this one's just in the shade Medium Sand, I think. I don't know, I can't see, but I always try to get like medium shades. This is another e.l.f. Glow Reviver oil. This is in the shade, oh, I can't see. Yeah, I can't see the shade, I'm so sorry, but you'll know if you look into the website or like any of the stores that sell makeup that's e.l.f. I have the One Size Turn of the Base foundation in the shade Medium 20 NR. I heard they're discontinuing it, and I'm sad because I just discovered it. I just went to get color matched for it, and now there's this thing on TikTok where they're getting discontinued. This and the powder foundation, and I'm so sad about it because I just hopped on to trying this foundation. Because my all-time favorite foundation that I've been using and that I'm using right now is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I've been using this one ever since I started doing makeup. This one's in the shade 310 Sun Beige. I don't know, I feel like it is a little orangey on me. Not really my color, but I feel like I make it work, and I've been using it this whole time with this shade, so I don't know. But for the One Size, I did get color matched for it. Because I originally had got one shade and it was just too orange, and I think this one's a little bit better, but with foundations it's always just a hit or miss. I feel like I make it work, and so I just stick to that. I have a two peptide lip oils that I have up there. Then I also have the Hello Good Stuff moisturizing skin refining primer from Essence. I love this. It's just really hydrating and really just makes my makeup, I used it today and it just makes my makeup go on really smooth. And then I have another gloss. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Stone. I have a Merit lipstick in the shade Baby. So this is how it looks. I have like a little face oil. That's pretty much all for the top of the acrylic organizer. Like I said, I do want to do a vanity tour, and I will be doing it hopefully soon. I have a lot of clutter and things I just need to clean and get rid of and organize and stuff, so I can give you a good overview. But hopefully soon that video will be coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed my video showing you guys my makeup collection.